If you just woke up and saw this post-game score, you would feel really good. You would feel so fine about the outcome. It took us a lot to get here to this 9-31 game. It was uncomfortable. It was 7-3 at halftime. Defense was here the whole time, but the defense gave the offense time to wake up. Last game, we just had to win it with the defense. The offense never really got it going. But this game, the defense actually kind of forced the offense to get going. Because you had nothing, and then you would get turnovers, you would have big plays, get good field position, and this offense slowly adjusted Marcel Reed. You know what play it took for Marcel Reed to start gaining some confidence? It was when he rolled out. He rolled out, and I think he hit Craver on the run. Craver runs inside, and then Marcel Reed had a running touchdown. It felt like you got into what this team should look like much more in this game. Felt like we were a little bit deep ball happy early on. Felt like maybe we saw that in the film, and we thought we might have an opportunity there. And thank goodness we faded it, because it really started working. Elco's fired up right now. But dude, the fourth quarter that this team can put on, the way this team gets better over the course of the game, I mean, we saw it versus Notre Dame, I think, a little bit, playing well late in the game. We're seeing it now. Credit to Tommy Moffitt. This team just absolutely exploded. But man, the absolute highlight is this defense and the turnaround. And I don't know if it was as bad as everyone thought it was. You had a bad half against UTSA, but remember, this was a team that only scrimmaged once. And that showed versus UTSA. There was bad stuff in open field. We've given up 1 third down in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? That's the stat that just got flashed by Cole Kublik. Shout out to Cole for bringing that one up and jinxing us. We'll see what happens. Let's pull up the freaking box score, man. That was an incredible defensive game. We gotta give some flowers to some players. Let's take a look, man. Let's look at the defense first. I mean, where your eyes go first. It's Cassius Howell with 3 freaking sacks. Absolute menace. We knew Mississippi State was down bad in the tackle situation, and we fully took advantage of it. Because outside of the sacks, there were tipped balls, there were hands-on quarterbacks. We contacted the quarterback. I would like to see how many hurries we had in the game when the PFF stats drop tomorrow. Cassius Howell was a monster. Guys that also played really well on defense. Obviously, York was solid. Damian Sanford, man. You lose Scooby, and we know how important he is. He brings that athleticism to the front seven. But you get Sanford, and he hasn't skipped a beat, and I think he's just getting better and better. It's been incredible to see. I thought Dalton Brooks might have played his best game as an Aggie. He missed 1 tackle late, but outside of that, he was flying around, hitting hard, recognizing plays. Marcus Ratcliffe playing that free safety role, embracing it, racking up 8 tackles with Bryce Anderson down. We'll see how that shifts around once Bryce comes back. But this D-line is playing well, man. If they weren't getting pressure, that pocket was just shrinking and shrinking, and guys were able to get through. Blake Shateman couldn't squirt out. Let's look at the total numbers real quick. We'll look at the offensive stats in a second. I want to see these team stats real quick. 23 first downs to 14. Much better on third down for A&M. We were 30% going on the year so far on third down. And you go 50% in a game, and that's much more manageable and acceptable. But this is domination, man. You once again dominated the stat sheet in every way. And this time the scoreboard actually reflects it. You feel like this should have been the score last week. Literally like the same game, except you actually figured it out on offense. And I think the biggest thing was, you see these turnover numbers? I know 9 for 66 looks bad. Guys, we had 8 at halftime. 1 turnover in the second half. What do you think Elco told these guys at halftime? What a turnaround, man. A lot of false starts. They went away. A couple of weird holdings. You had one defensive one that was, yeah, whatever. It all went away in the second half, and you played yourself a clean-ass second half of football, man. You hit the turnover button once. You got a bunch of sacks. You dominated time of possession. It felt like they never had a rhythm in the game. They had that one good drive, then nothing else to show for it. And A&M should have at least had one more touchdown if they punch it in, more if they start the game faster. But we're once again sitting with the notion, and this time we got more. What if A&M puts it together for 4 quarters, man? What if A&M can play complementary football and get the best on both sides of the team for 4 freaking quarters? The ceiling on this team is incredible. By the way, guys, Mississippi State's a good football team. They were down some guys. Of course, they aren't what they could be at full steam. But, I mean, this is a team that beat the Big 12 champ in Arizona State in a weird game. They came back late, dropped 34 points against Tennessee. 34 points. They had 378 yards in the game, 180 passing, 198 rushing. They didn't get any of that junk going against A&M because this defense is real. This defense is real. I'm going to keep looking at the A&M stat sheet here. This is awesome, man. Ruben Owens' breakout game. That qualifies as a breakout game for Ruben Owens. And what he did so well was, I think this is Trooper Taylor, but what let Le'Veon Moss go to the next level is patience and flow and not committing to some muddy looks, not getting caught up in the pile, not trying to squirt through the smallest of holes, but being patient and riding that offensive line and finding the bounce out and finding the cutback. We're seeing that clock, that brain develop for Ruben Owens, and he gets to showcase his athleticism so much better now that he's gaining that. Because you see how good he is in open field and how much speed he has. He ran his heart out, man. He would have scored on that last play if it wasn't for being tired, man. He gave it all. He gave it all. Jamarian Morrow, 5 carries for 6 yards a carry. He's going to come on, man. He's going to get more opportunities for sure. Le'Veon Moss, a weird game, in and out, maybe battling some stuff. But a really cool thing in this game was that there was a concerted effort to get Mario Craver with a 17-yard per carry average and Casey Concepcion with an 11-yard per carry average involved in this running game. We talked about this need to diversify this running game that has so much potential with this offensive line and all the weapons you have. And this is a way to consistently get them involved, man. You can basically run triple option off of these plays as it develops. You can run a zone read as your first option with the crossing, with the jet motion receiver. You can read off the defensive end with Marcel and the running back. And this just expands your offense. We saw the short game come along for Marcel. We'll look at Marcel's night. Yeah, 13 for 23 is nothing to write home about, nothing great. But what you don't see here is that he ended the game, I think we said 10 of 13. 10 out of 13 was how he ended the game. It got much, much better in the second half because they faded the game plan. The game plan was the deep ball. That's pretty clear. They thought they had that, and they didn't. But they found it in the short game. They found it in the bubble. They found it with Marcel extending and rolling out. They found it with the quick outs off of motion. That's where they found their offense this game. And truly, that's where you think this offense really lies. And you think those deep shots can come around just by way of talent and guys breaking free and the threat of that short game building. And you'll have some really easy look in the deep game as those keep building. So, man, what a second half of football. We felt really bad around halftime, y'all. We felt really, really bad around halftime. And they turned that damn thing around. Who else do we need to highlight? Who else do we need to highlight? This defense, man. This defense has totally turned it around. Credit to everybody out there. They're playing sound. They're playing together. They're playing with energy. Big plays, turnovers, tackles for losses, sacks. Can we just go do it again and get even better? Because we saw the development. It happened later in the game with the offense. But I think we saw tangible steps forward in this game. I think it happened before our very eyes. Because this game was 7-3 midway through the third, and we just took over the damn thing. 17 points in the fourth quarter, 24 points about the third quarter, halfway and beyond. Damn. Sure feels good to be an undefeated Aggie, doesn't it? All right, guys. We get ready for Florida as the week goes on. I'm going to end this spiel here, but we're going to get right into the call-in show. So we're going to start taking some calls. I'm going to throw that call-in link in the chat. I'm going to let you guys start chiming in. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure y'all like and sub. We're going to keep going for a little while longer, y'all. Solid Silencer, you're on with Drew. How we feeling, man?
Absolutely. Over the moon, as always. Another great game for the Aggies, and it really was, as you said, a tale of two halves. And the sky is the limit once the pieces fall into place and we're able to play a complete 4 quarters game. Dude, we will run the table.
We will run the table.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We will run the table. Shout out to the team for going into the half, getting the pep talk, the kick in their butts that they needed, make the adjustments. This team is really good this year at adjusting.
Yeah, and that's been an Elco staple, and that is showing right now.
That is his MO, and I think it's something that we all need to remember. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the game is never over until that clock hits 000. And, man, just shout out to the offense. They did so well, and the depth that we showed.
Oh
The
yeah,
next man up mentality with Le'Veon dealing with whatever he's dealing with. Ruben Owens stepped up, said it's my time to shine.
he was RB1
He made
tonight. He was RB1 tonight, and you're playing like 8 offensive linemen too. You're deep, man.
exactly, and he averaged basically 7 yards a carry.
It's nuts.
That's really hard to stop, and I love the two tight end setup that they're running. That is like our bread and butter in the rushing game, because the blocks that we get that open up the line and open up the gaps for us to just shoot through
Mm-hmm.
before we even get touched, chef's kiss. And
Chef's
then
kiss.
the abilities that Craver and Concepcion are showing on the regular,
Oh, I know.
like everybody we picked up from the transfer portal is the perfect fit for
You
us.
know
And
what's
then the
crazy? I was just thinking about this. Like, it takes coaches like 3, 4 years to have the team be their guys. And that is still the case for Elco. But how many of Elco's guys are being impactful right now? Some of our best players. I mean, Howell is one of Elco's guys. Armage Reed Adams is an Elco guy. Fayu's an Elco guy. Craver's an Elco guy. Concepcion is an Elco guy. Borkasher's an Elco guy. You're using a bunch. Like, the portal allows you to have your team much faster than you would think. Ratcliffe's an Elco
exactly,
guy. Scooby's an Elco guy. Hayes is an Elco guy. Onyedam's an Elco guy. You have a lot of what you want, so it's a really good blend. And it's not like Jimbo was bringing in shabby players.
exactly. It's a night and day difference between what this team was with Jimbo to what it is now with Elko,
Yeah,
and it continues to show. The defense, just quick shout out to them. Cassius, my guy,
my guy,
our MVP of the defense.
dude, incredible, so impactful.
Absolutely. Yeah, this team, like we said, we're on the same page here. If we can figure it out to play complete 4 quarters from here on out, who's going to stop us?
No one can stop us besides us on this schedule.
Exactly. We're the only ones getting in our way. Once we stop tripping over our own feet,
Yep,
just wait. Just
yep,
wait till we get to December.
yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Let's go, man. Good stuff, Solus. You have a good night.
You too. Gig 'em.
Gig 'em. Yeah, man, you've won games in different ways, and I'm starting to get this confidence in Elco's A&M, where no matter how kind of the way the game's going, the team figures it out, right? You had the high-scoring affair versus Notre Dame. You had the low-scoring affair versus Auburn. You had the tale of two halves versus Mississippi State that ended up in a blowout. It feels like we should just have faith in this team and trust the process because they're proving that that's what they do. They're proving they just know how to win freaking football games any way necessary. 3 very different big wins for A&M. Theo, you're on with Drew. How you feeling, man?
You know, there for a minute, I was like nervous in the first half, but then I felt in the third quarter it starting to change. And I said something in the chat about I didn't see this kind of game coming, but I sure am enjoying it
Yeah, I saw that.
because it's the type of game that you need to continue to build success and confidence in your team week by week. And your guys can be in certain situations and know, okay, this is how you're supposed to respond and not fold like we would last year and in previous years.
Yeah.
So I'm actually thrilled with the way it actually turned out because it's kind of what we needed to show that the culture is changing.
You know what's kind of crazy I was just thinking about just now while you were saying that, it's good points you're making, is that Auburn kind of offensive performance that was mistake or penalty riddled or, just not finishing drives. It felt like that was a 6-quarter thing because it felt like the same exact thing for the first 2.5 quarters of this game. And it just seems like we saw them figure it out in real time. It seemed like we saw them kind of grow right before our eyes. And it was just like an extension of that Auburn game. The same stuff. Penalties, drops, getting off the field on third downs, quick 3-and-outs. And all of a sudden, they just grow up a little bit at a time. In a big way here, man. They grew up in a big way here.
I was a little worried there because we kept going to that 3-2 set with the dime package and our safeties weren't coming up to fill the hole fast enough.
Yeah.
But once it finally clicked and we finally did lock down that some degree, and I think some of that was the shifting of the safeties down instead of their normal, 12 to 14 yards, maybe 8 to 12 yards,
Yeah.
And shifting of the defensive line, so that we were actually shifting the defensive line into the A gaps. That took away that A gap run that was just killing us.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just keeping them behind the chains.
Seems like we have a good plan, man. It seems like we adjust and we're playing the game plan how it's drawn up. It feels like, and we get better over the game. All right, Theo, I'm gonna keep moving this along, man. I appreciate the call. What a night.
Yes, sir. Have a great night. Hit those likes, folks.
Tyler, how you feeling, man?
Man, it's a good day when Texas loses and A&M wins.
Wow. I couldn't even enjoy the Texas one because I knew we had this one coming up, but now we just enjoy a great day.
Yeah, dude. I kind of agree with you. Towards the end, I was like, I'd really like to get a field goal here, but maybe just preserve your players, don't get any injuries.
I'm glad we broke 30 and they didn't break 10, man. I'll take that score. I'll take it. All things considered.
100%. Defense was awesome. Who was playing free safety? Was it Brooks?
No, it's been Ratcliffe these last two games. He's been doing a great job.
Man, that's so great. Shaw has looked good in spot. Play.
He's our dime. He's our go-to dime now. Whenever we go to that dime package and we have like kind of 5 guys in the box, Shaw's the one that comes in. And the way they kind of do it is Brooks plays kind of like the box safety, like the pseudo hybrid linebacker role, and they drop Shaw and Chappelle back as that deep third guy if they're going cover 3 or whatever it is.
Yeah, Elco has hit on just about every one of his portal gets. I mean,
it's been huge.
Commentators weren't wrong when they were saying when we hired Elco, like, it's not flashy, but listen, you just got one of the best evaluators.
Yeah.
Really cool to see. With the offense, I wonder, when you watch the Notre Dame game, when you watch this game, is it kind of like depending on who you're playing, do you just throw the kitchen sink and it's like everything underneath routes, easy buttons, check downs, like with Notre Dame and those yak plays, and then here it was like, why are everything's so hard? Why is everything so hard?
I feel like they must have seen something that they felt like they could take advantage of with the deep ball here. I felt like there must have been some there must have been some tendency, there must have been some just play design. Maybe they were just going man the whole time. It's hard to tell with the broadcast angle and while you're emotional in the game. And it's like, we want to attack, we can hit this deep ball, but didn't work. And then you just go back to kind of how you were versus Notre Dame a little bit, and it works so well.
Yes, and the deep balls with you have a receiver that's kind of covered or maybe breaking, and you would like for Reed to land it more towards the number or the sideline, so it's away from the defender, and that just wasn't happening. But I think, what does he play? 14? He's started 14 full games now or something like that.
Still young, yeah.
Still young, so I don't want to, say that he is what he is. I mean, the quarterback is he's still maturing, he's still growing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we saw him second guessing himself, kind of double clutching his passes, kind of just not looking for the check down, not looking to run enough. And I think we saw it improve over the game, and a lot of that had to do with the game plan change. We were calling for it mid-game. It's like, Klein, help him out. This guy needs some easy stuff. We need to run the ball. We can run Reed. We ended up running Reed. We need to run these receivers. We ran the receivers, and it all just helped Reed out. And I think we just build confidence, right? Build the confidence up, kind of build it from the in out. Right now, we're in a little bit of a cold spell with Reed, and I think we just kind of slowed things down and simplified it and made things easier for him. And you build it back up from there.
Yep. Punting looked improved, maybe the first 2 punts or something like that, and then it just got worse. I don't know what's going on.
He had that weird knuckler, that short knuckle, high spin ball, and it happened to roll well for us, but those could bite us eventually. But here's the thing, though, all the mistakes, dude, the way we just figure out how to win games in different ways is kind of incredible. These all 3 feel like they could have been losses. There was a moment.
I'm so happy and excited. I guess I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I just, it is encouraging to know that we haven't played our best ball yet and we're still winning. But punting, it seems like Tyler White was one of the best punters out of the, and you got to take that with a grain of salt. But, would love to see because that's game changing to switch the field like that, or not be able to. But hey, less than 10 penalties, barely, but it was less than 10 penalties today. And that's what I was looking for and hoping for today.
Oh yeah, dude. How did we do that, man? We had 8.5 and we end up with 9. That's incredible. We were looking at like, there's no way. Or was it 7 or 8.5? Whatever it was. Vicente Ribeiro. I got to go with the white guy accent, Ribeiro, because I can't pronounce it. If a Reed off day results in 31 points, I'm very okay with it. That's such a good point. If Reed was off for 2.5 quarters this game and we get 31 points, I mean, how good can we be, man? And it's not like Mississippi State was a slouch.
No. And, to hell with what anyone says after this. I mean, they're always going to come up with something. Sure. Doesn't matter, man. It's a decisive win in the SEC. How many sacks did we have? Only
4. But I want to see PFF tomorrow. I feel like there were a lot of hurries and quarterback contacts. It felt like that pocket was compressing all night. And plus, there were a lot of short series. Let me see. I wanted to see how many plays they even got off in the game. They got 29 attempts passing. No, that's last game. They only had 20 pass attempts in the game.
Yeah. Do you know what Elco was shouting at the very end? Someone said it might. Craver was tracking.
Oh, probably that. I didn't track it. I think probably Craver John a little bit.
Yeah. And the goal line in the first half, it kind of felt like the Texas game because it was like getting stuff. And I'm with you. Like, why are we in shot and pistol? But listen, it's RO line against their line. You would think it shouldn't matter. Like, just push it in.
But what I know about this team, we should be scoring there. And I'm not saying like you should pass the ball. Like, sure, you could be more creative. You could try other things. But you give this team 4 tries inside the 3. You should score that against State. Like maybe one of the upper echelon D lines in the country. And State's done a really good job this year, not to take anything away from them. But maybe against those teams that clearly have like first round talent, you change things. Like you're going up against Miami, you don't do that. But with what we think is A&M's strength, like we should be getting those. And that was something that I think the O-line probably took to heart because they ended up, running for 299 rushing yards in the game, not counting sacks. I think the 299 yards gained rushing this game, 5.5 yard average. Then that's including that goal line stuff. So, yeah, man, they took that to heart and they ran really well after.
It's really cool, man. Do you have any other thoughts or comments on it?
I'll probably keep throwing them out as the night goes on. But Tyler, I appreciate the call. I'm going to move on to the next one. You have a great night, man. That was a good one.
Yes, sir. Gig 'em.
Harris Ag, you're on with Drew. How we feeling, Harris Ag?
I'm feeling great, Drew. Want to say first-time caller, found your channel during last year and have loved every minute of it. You've been an awesome person to listen to and to help celebrate or mourn over our Aggies, depending on what's happening. And, man, it's been a year of celebrations so far. It's been awesome.
It's been great, man. And I contrast this. This is my 4th year doing this, and my first year was 2022. So it's nice to have a year like this where you're not just having to mourn and think about what the next step is, and you actually have things to work for and grow towards. And I appreciate the comments. It's very kind of you, but it's so much easier and more fun to do this when the Ags are giving us reason to smile every week.
Amen. I just want to say today was the first day I felt I could finally let go of my battered Aggie syndrome.
Yeah.
Even at, going into half 3, as 7-3. I know me last year would have been like, man, we're going to lose this game. This is awful. There's no way it's going to happen. But the first time in years, I'm like, you know what? I think we can do this. And but I had to stop myself. Like, wait. I had to be like, wait a minute now. Don't get too excited.
Yeah, man.
It's such a good feeling, to have that game to that close. Even when it was 3-0, I'm like, you know what? Our defense is playing strong. Reed's going to figure this out. We're going to get the victory, and I haven't felt that in years. And I graduated back in 2008, so I was attending games when going 6-6 was an incredible success for the team. And this is the first time of you know what? I think we got this. So
yeah, it's crazy you say that.
Man.
I think I feel the same way because it's like you're down 7-3 at half, but it's like this defense is playing well. They're giving us a chance. But I think each of the last 3 games have kind of had this attribute where it's like against Notre Dame, you gave up a score late, and it's like, well, we have a chance, and we just got an explosive run. Like, we're still alive in this game. This team is still fighting. This team still has a chance. You still have that belief. Last game, you have the pick 6, almost pick 6, but it's like I don't think they can score on this defense. I still have
Yeah.
faith in this team right now. In this game, exactly what you were saying, man. It's like this defense is giving us time to figure it out, and figure it out they did, man.
So, anyways, I'm enjoying all your content, man. I look forward to hanging out with you for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much for the call, man. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye. Good stuff from Harris, man. Thank you for the call. Brian E, a.k.a. Bud Light Poppy. On with
Drew.
How we feeling, Brian?
Drew, what is that? Is that hope I'm feeling right now?
Oh, no, don't say that.
I
We're
don't
just
wanna
feeling
say it, but I
good. We're just
feel that
feeling
thing.
good. I feel something. I feel belief. I think I feel belief.
Yeah, I feel a huge amount of belief. After starting the game, I crushed an entire large pizza, stress eating.
Yes.
I couldn't take it. And then I crushed like 8 beers afterwards.
Nice.
We're having a great time, Drew. This is a good win. It looked like a bad game, but we came back. We pulled it together. Defense looks so good. The tackling is so crisp, so clean. I love it.
It's incredible, man. What a defensive turnaround from that UTSA game to now. It looks like a totally different team. It's incredible because even when you're down and you're stress eating the pizza or having 8 beers or whatever you do, it's like this defense has us right now, man. And more so than the defense just like kind of keeping the game in the balance. I keep saying this. I feel like this was the case in the game. The defense kind of pulled the offense along by giving them short fields, by getting big stops, by having sacks and shortening the field and getting better field position, by getting a turnover, all that stuff, man. They really helped the offense get it going, and the offense got it going. I mean,
absolutely,
so good.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about, like playing a complete game, right? Like a complete game doesn't necessarily mean both sides of the ball plays well. It means the side of the ball that isn't playing well is being held up by the side that is playing well. That's a complete game, is when you balance each other out. Now, yeah, you go out there and you put together a immaculate performance, and both sides of the ball are playing astounding, and you know the special teams is together. That's great, but really the mark of a great team is when your offense can't get it going, defense is continually keeping the game short, keeping the score close, and getting you the ball back and staying off the field and giving you opportunities to just make a better make lemonade out of lemons, man.
Yeah, really, for sure. I mean, they had to change things up offensively. They had to adjust the game plan. They had to start, they had to go to Ruben, and they did what they had to do because the defense gave them time and gave them chances. And again, man, like when the defense was down versus Notre Dame or even UTSA, it was the opposite. And just, I think getting them both working in tandem for a full game, that's championship level football, and we're not there yet. But what we're seeing is flashes of great football, and it's really coming along, and we're playing great football, exactly what you just described. But can we get this thing even higher? That's the question now, because like I said, I'm not putting a limit on this team. I just can't do it right now. There's no limit on this team because we haven't even scratched the surface. We have seen points left on the board. We have seen penalties slow this thing down. We've seen all that. Like, there's so much better that it could even be than now, and that is so exciting. Where'd you get the pizza from?
Oh, Papa John's on my way home from my
Nice.
second job. Oh,
Nice.
yeah, dude. Little buffalo chicken bacon ranch.
Hell yeah.
Crushed the hell out of it, man.
What a great time. All right,
It was
Brian.
insane.
Dude.
All right, man. Thanks for the time. Gig 'em, brother.
Gig 'em. Play to win. How we feeling, man?
Hey, Drew, I'm feeling great, man. That was a fantastic ball game. And, our defense played 4 quarters, and our offense finally showed up in the second half, and it was incredible. I mean, they just really played their hearts out then. Marcel, I hated those rainbows he threw. Went for an interception. It happens, but he gathered up, and he came back with the offense, and those guys performed. And we scored some points, and nothing like what I thought. I mean, I figured if I'd have gone low, they'd have scored high, because I was saying 42-21 as a final. And our defense only kept Mississippi State to 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
The whole game. I mean, that's saying a lot, man. Our defense is, really.
They're coming on.
They're coming on better than I thought. That, I thought, it's going to be our offense, and then our defense is not going to be as playing as well. But I've obviously been proven wrong, and they just played a great game in the second half. Our offense shows up and they do what they got to do to score. And we left the game 31-9. And I don't, I said, let's just hope we win the game. It was like a carbon copy of last Saturday when we only scored a touchdown by halftime. And I was like, oh no.
I know.
And I'm thinking, I just hope we win the game. Well, We did, and it was a great effort. Both sides of the ball. And those guys got to be proud of themselves. It was a great game. So I just want to throw my 2 cents in real quick. I can't watch your show and watch the game at the same time. I tried to do that, and it was just impossible. I had to watch the game, and I said, I hope you're on. You were. So I just want to jump in here real quick, and say hi, and like I said, put my 2 cents in about the game. But it was a great game. I'm really proud of them guys. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. My girlfriend wanted to know, we were watching the Texas-Florida game, and then we segued into our game, and she had to go, but she goes, what's with the black uniforms, and the script helmets? I said, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to ask somebody to get a real definition of that, and why we're not wearing our regular maroon.
Yeah.
So,
that's
you have an
just
answer?
Yeah, I'll give you the answer. Elco talked about this. It's just to build excitement and buzz. It's something new, something fresh for the program. And if you look at it, it's a bunch of classics for A&M. It's the classic A&M font. The script Aggie has been something that the baseball team and more have used for years as a team logo, and it stays true at the core, but it brings some extra excitement because it's a whole unity thing, right? The crowd wears black, the team wears black, the stadium is painted black. And it's big for drawing attention and just building excitement because these are young guys that we're really trying to, build this excitement for. And if you look at the recruits that come to A&M, they all pose. They can pose in whatever jersey they want, but they all choose to take their pictures, their A&M official visit pictures, in the black jersey. So it's a big recruiting piece. It's a big excitement piece. It's just to build some buzz for the program.
And the end zones were black.
Yeah, and it had script Aggies written in it.
Script Aggies. I was like, hey, man, rock and roll. I love it, though. I mean,
you want to know what we're calling it? You don't want to know what the people are calling it, and you can tell her this. They call it aura. It's aura. A&M has aura. That's what we're saying. Now, that just means A&M has this buzz about them, this glow about them, and you just see it, and it's palpable.
Well, I'm backing that 100% because we do have aura this year, the second year of Mike Elco. I mean, we're halfway there. I mean, we got Florida next Saturday.
Tough
Texas,
game.
They look tough.
Yeah, they're talented.
They're yes, very much so. And we're gonna have a time with them. I hope we can beat them. But if we end up our first loss, I mean, it's going to happen sometime or another. I'm thinking Arkansas. The trap game.
Yeah.
And
we still can be, especially with Petrino there.
Yeah, it's a high possibility. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, I hope we beat Florida. I mean, it's our last home game until I think we got 3 on the road after that.
Yeah, 3 on the road, including a bye week in there. So it's a whole month away from Kyle Field. We'll be out there, man, without a life raft. It'll just be us and the opposing team in a hostile environment. So let's get as good as we can get to close this home stretch out. Let's feel good at the end. But awesome play to win. Awesome call, man. I appreciate you chiming in.
Okay, buddy. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Oh my God. What a freaking game. I was there for the Auburn game. I was thinking, I was like, man, this kind of has the feel of the Missouri game of last year. But obviously it wasn't. But man, our defense has turned a corner.
It's insane.
And oh my God, and it's already been said. I think if our defense keeps playing at this level, we're going to run the table.
I think it's on the
table. Is
table.
going to find its stride.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, our first 3 games, I mean, we scored, 40-plus points?
Yeah.
If we can find that stride again, my God, watch out for A&M. Like, seriously, I don't see us losing. I know that might be drinking too much of the Kool-Aid, but, man, I don't fear anybody. There's nobody that scares me. I'm obviously not saying to overlook anybody. Obviously, Florida beating Texas, that was a huge win for Florida. They come to Kyle Field next.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like Florida played all their cards for that game. And I kind of predicted that one. I said Florida's going to come out swinging. I mean, they have absolutely nothing else to lose. They're 1-3. They're backed into a corner. And I said, believe it or not, they have much better athletes than Sam Houston State. And man, they came out and they won. They punched Texas in the mouth, and but I feel like they played all their cards, so A&M knows what to prepare for. But
Yeah.
man, I just what a game, and I still believe Marcel's the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
that they showed a stat like last year on deep balls, like 10 to 20 plus yards or whatever. He was like 40%, and this year he's like 67%. So he's already made an improvement. And I don't know if he's still trying to prove the doubters wrong that he can throw a deep ball or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, just throw the ball to the checkdowns. I mean, if it's there, take it. I mean, I'll take 5, 6 yards a pop, whatever.
And plus,
I don't
with our
care.
check down options, I mean, 5, 6 yards a pop can turn into 20 yards a pop. It's
My
just
God, yeah. Look at you got Craver, you got Casey, you got Bussy. I'm still waiting for the Bethel Roman breakout game. I'm waiting for that one.
yeah.
I wish we would get Black more involved. He's just too much of a freak athlete not to get him involved. Sorry, that's my dog background. Um,
You're good.
I'm hoping that can happen, but we just have so many weapons right now, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I can't. I don't know the last time where I said, "Man, we have so many weapons. This is great."
Yeah.
I'm like, but man, just I am so thrilled and proud of this team of what they have done so far. Because I feel like last year, I mean, shoot, we proved against Auburn last year, like the game was too much. It was a trap game, and I felt like Auburn and Mississippi State were trap games, and we won this year, and it's great. And so I think we finally turned that corner. And yeah, Elco's the guy.
I think so, man. I just feel his confidence in these games, no matter how it's going. They're learning how to find a way, and that confidence is just growing. You know, they're going to start believing. I'm sure they believe now, but yeah, man. Bane, that was a great call, man. We got to do this more often.
Yes. Next weekend, if you're not doing anything, let's hang out.
All right, Mr. Bane. All right, text me.
All right, will do, buddy.
Later.
All right, gig 'em.
Gig 'em. Yeah, dude. It's incredible how many weapons you have. It's incredible this place we're at right now. These were the 3 games, in my opinion, that were the defining games of the season. These 3 were the non-negotiables. And they've been tough. These teams are pretty good. You know, Auburn's a mess on offense, but these teams are pretty good. And you have found a way in both. It wasn't always pretty, but you have found a way in both, and it feels like you are tangibly improving through this stretch, which is another big factor in this home stretch. You're at home. You have extra practices because you're not traveling. You're in your comfort zone. And you've already proven you can win on the road. So much confidence building. And you're still pretty damn healthy. You're still pretty damn healthy. And by the way, reinforcements are on their way. Bryce Anderson and Scooby Williams will be right back.
No, a lot of great callers, a lot of great comments. It feels weird. The whole game was confusing because I think in years past, what we're not used to seeing is this side of A&M where, and this is what Elco brings. His best ability is flexibility.
Yeah.
And that means adapting to the situation and adjusting the game plan. It felt like the years past, this is one thing we can do, and if we don't make it go our way, that we don't win that game.
Yeah.
And now we can win it multiple ways. We can start slow and get hot because we scored 31 points with essentially like majority of that in the second half. That second half offense was allowed to continue, and then we had that going earlier in the half. We scored 40.
I know, easy.
Yeah, and then obviously the team can't be looking ahead, but I just want to. I mean, I'm looking at our schedule right now. At least for the next few games. Our schedule sets up so nicely, not just from an opponent side. Obviously, Florida's been tough, but it's when we play them and who our opponent just finished playing before they play us.
Yeah. Florida just had that emotional Texas win. Who does Arkansas have?
They play Tennessee before they play us.
Wow.
LSU's on the road in Vandy. That's not going to be a cupcake game.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we both get Mizzou and us both get a bye. After that, I don't know, but those next few games, again, none of those games are gimmies, but. You got to like how I think our offense is starting to reinvent itself. Well, I don't know if reinvent itself, trying to find its identity. And I think that identity should and belongs to the run game.
Yeah.
And we're obviously going to, flex in the pass. And, we're still going to use our, wide receiver weapons because we can.
Yeah.
and maybe that passing game will just gel. But we got to find a rhythm. I think that's going to be our biggest determining factor moving forward as far as offensive production go, is finding that rhythm for Marcel and the run game, so that way no one can just key in on our run. But and that's a work in progress. We obviously found that stride in the second half, and then we can't get away from the call without talking about how good this defense was.
It's insane, man. That's the best the defense has looked since 21. These last 2 games, for sure.
It's been relatively fast too. Like
the turnaround.
Everyone was poo-pooing the defense after the Notre Dame game, and Notre Dame looks like it's got one of the better offenses in the country. Yeah. And we limited the run game against Notre Dame, and then all we've done since then is hold our opponents to 1 of 23 or whatever it is on third down.
Yeah. Dude, 1 of 23 in 2 games. 1 third down given up in 2 games by a defense. That's otherworldly.
Pass rush is insane.
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, if they're not getting home, that quarterback's not comfortable.
Mm-mm.
And the coverage is good too, because a lot of times the quarterback has to hold on longer. It's just like a solid defense all around, and you're down Scooby, and you're just getting next man up from Sanford. Incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what a great showing for the A&M brand. Obviously Miami Florida State was the big game tonight, but we were the second most watched game probably tonight. Yeah. And we got the Blackout going, and again remain undefeated in alternate jerseys. Let's keep feeding into that.
Hey, next week we got another one. Let's do it again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Florida's going to be an interesting mess. I'm going to enjoy this one. We're going to rewatch the tape. Honestly, it was so hard for me to follow. This is our personal package and all our defensive formations, because I was riding the emotional roller coaster of because it was funny. Even though last week's score was so much closer, I was so much more confident in winning that game than up until about the third quarter of this game.
Yeah. It just felt like, because Mississippi State feels like a much better coached team offensively with real weapons. Dude, that's an offense that has done a lot, and I know they're missing the tackle, but that's all they were missing, and we still held them to just 1 late touchdown.
Oh yeah,
I mean, what a performance!
I'm gonna be excited to see what the precedent say. I'm glad that Florida put up a great fight. It's going to put obviously put a lot of attention on Florida for Elco to focus on. Yeah. When we play them next week and get their heads right.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. You got to do it again. You got to keep doing it. Just because you've won 5 doesn't mean you've done anything. But the path is there. The team is there. It's clearly all there. And again, I agree with everyone who's been saying this. There's not a team on the schedule that really scares you in terms of a matchup. It's like, if you progress, you can win them all.
I know. We're almost halfway through the season. Think about that.
I know. One more. This one has, for some reason, this year has not felt like it's flown by for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the early bye week.
Well, we've had a good game every single week. This weekend alone was supposed to be the sleeper weekend, and we've had 2:30 slate was insane.
Yeah, dude, what a day of football, man.
Really was. Yeah.
Bama Vandy was electric. Obviously, Texas Florida was a great game.
Oh yeah, the short and fried tonight will be insane. Absolutely amazing. We're gonna listen to Texas fans cry for a week, and then Brandon Walker and anyone poo-pooing A&M.
I can't wait
is
for
gonna
that.
have to make up some new excuse for why we suck.
I can't wait for the new angle. They can't dog the defense anymore. What are they gonna say now? What are they gonna say? Let them keep doing it. Let them sleep. Let them do it.
Yeah. I mean, the way we played, we definitely didn't look like the number 6. I don't even know where we would be ranked. I don't care that much either, but because
dude, I'll stop you there, man. I mean, that's a team that just went and beat the number 12 team and took the number 13 team to the brink. And then we just skunked them. Basically, they got 9 points. Not many teams are doing that. Not many teams are doing that. They're on the road for the first time. That's a home field advantage. But I mean, you kind of whipped some ass tonight.
We did, and with one arm tied behind our back, that one arm being the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because if you watch the game, you can't say Mississippi State did a whole lot to stop us. We stopped us.
Exactly. I mean, it should have at least been 14-3 at half. It could have been better. I mean, yeah, you had penalty drop. Their first drive was 2-drop drive. You had the drop to Theo, you had the drop to Moss. Then you had all the penalties.
Are all easily fixable.
Should be.
Yeah. Gosh.
Sky's the limit. There is no limit to this team.
Yeah, there really is. The sky is the limit. I know, even with Marcel, he's not a NFL prospect as far as passing goes, but he can still be a good passer. I think it's up to, quite frankly, I think it's up to Klein to call a game where he can increase. you know what his capabilities are.
Yeah.
Give him passes that he can make so that he can get the higher percentage. Like, you don't need half his incompletions are deep throws down the field that we already know we can't really complete on a consistent basis, and then a few drop passes here and there from other players.
Yeah, 100%. Just got to build it for him, and we saw it adjust for him in this game in real time.
We just got to scale it, and then it's where we're scaling this and we're winning. That's like every other years we'd be like, well, we got to fix this and this and this and this every week, and we lost the game, and we got to practice and learn these things while we're winning. It's a really great place to be in.
Yeah, 100%, Noel. All right, man. Great call. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the rest of the content for the week and enjoying this week.
It's going to be great, man. Let's keep it going. All right, later, Noble. Have a good night.
You too.